Hi there, my name is Rob, and I'm turning 30 in 683 days. Night is falling right now outside of Castle Riders Block. I'm recording this in the evening instead of in the afternoon because I wanted to pad my paltry word count increase from Monday until now. And all that means is that these videos are being successful. I'm harnessing the power of public shame to work harder and work better. Even though I didn't make much of an increase, the video definitely played a factor. So let's check in with things. I have visual aids now. This morning, I weighed in at 295.5 pounds. Whoa, 290. That would be terrible. 259.5 pounds, a 1.5 pound change, which, not necessarily that I lost 1.5 pounds. Maybe I had more water in my system on Monday, but still optimism and looks good. And my word count so far is 4,678. I added just over 1,000 words between Monday and now, which is not enough words. But them's the breaks. I will work on getting faster and better and more productive, having a richer outline that will keep me writing more quickly. So that's the check-in on that. The topic of the day, like I promised, is adventurers don't have resumes. And when you think about fantasy fiction or video games or tabletop role-playing games or things like that, you'll note that adventurers don't go through a job application process. One of three things usually happens. Either, number one, destiny is thrust upon them, in which case, they're on an adventure whether they like it or not. Number two, they, of their own will, noticing that there's a problem in the world, hustle up, get their gear, find their fellow homicidal, danger-craving allies and go out and fix the problem. Or third, there's networking. In other words, Jim the innkeeper comes up to Frank the king and says, hey, I had goblins tunnel into my basement, and these guys came through and took care of them, cracked their heads, got rid of them, even went as far as like dragging them up the stairs and throwing them out so there wasn't a mess left. They were very professional. So if you wanted to, hire them on to rescue the princess from the dragon, I think they'd be good at that. And then word gets around that these people are effective and powerful and do what's intended. And I've never liked writing resumes. I've always felt like all the resume advice I see is like based on happenstance, superstition, and a rich oral heritage. That there's no, when I send that thing in to someone, it's out of my control. Then there's all they're looking at is a pile of maybe several hundred one-page advertisements and determining who to actually see in person and get an impression of. From like a one-page advertisement. Now it could be that my dislike of resumes comes from having an extremely lousy resume, but the adventurer angle on it has always appealed to me a little more. That let me pick up my gear and get out the door and prove to you that I'm worthwhile. And another important thing about adventurers is they often leave on their journey before they're prepared to finish it. The Hobbit might leave the Shire without the magic sword that he's going to need to face down the dragon. And through adventures and through, a hardening and a developing of skill, this formerly normal, underwhelming person becomes suitable for the task that they've left for. Which is kind of the angle that I'm taking on this writing stuff from. That I haven't had anything published in exchange for money before. All I've done is gotten a little bit of work on free sites, but that the process is going to teach me the lessons I need to succeed. So that's kind of the way I'm trying to take it on. And my point of motivation for you today is to think to yourself, what can I do like an adventurer today? That while you may not be in a situation like I was, where you could afford to get rid of your job, whether it's needing that level of income to take care of dependents or bills or debts or things like that, there may be something in your life that you can look at from the angle of, I will go out with my own free will and wrest victory from the jaws of failure. And whether that thing be dieting and exercising, whether that be cleaning your apartment, which is a very poignant example considering the state of my apartment, there are things you can do to improve your life without needing permission from someone else. So consider that. Look at your life, and maybe it'll be the momentum you need to start and make other positive changes. There are no real mailbag topics today, although a lot of you were nice enough to subscribe and leave comments, for which I'm eternally grateful. I'm so glad to have the support that I saw in the comments on the last episode. I really appreciate being able to take you on this journey and this mission with me. I think that's all for today. So the next episode will be next week, Monday. And next week, Monday, the topic is going to be a test you can't fail. Thanks for coming. I'll see you then.